And that, my friends, welcome in. Salutations, salutations, everyone. I just wanted to share that snippet of the work of my special guest this evening. So you know, I had to make sure I put on a bra tonight so I can be prepared and introduce to you all of you, cinematographer Tim. You know, spelled time, but it's pronounced Tim. So I'm looking forward to having a conversation with him about just the talent that he has and how he was blessed with it. And that snippet that you saw was a mini film, a short film from our guy, the incomparable our guy, and that's this video to his new single Levi's. Please make sure you check it out. His page is in my description box. So that is the work of Tim, and I really appreciate him taking the time to be with us today. So please, if you're not here for the live, please make sure you catch the replay of this video because we're going to get into some things. So without further ado, I'm going to present to you Tim. Tim, time, pronounced Tim.
Hey, hey.
Yes. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being amongst us here. You know, my little piece of platform. I appreciate you being here. And so we're gonna get into the process of you doing that video for our guy, among other stuff that you've done for him and so many other people. So but I just want to first, how did is that how you spell your name in real life?
So it's either or. So I go by time, I go by Tim. They're so close. Either or.
Either or. What is your actual name? What was you born with?
So I was born with Timothy. Okay.
Timothy. Okay.
So this is how time got kind of started. And I'm not even sure if she remembers this, but my mother was teaching me how to learn how to write my name when I was a little boy. So naturally I'm like Timmy. Time. She's like, that's not really it. So ever since then, like when it came time to like adapt a moniker, like along with my work, I was like, oh, perfect. We already got one. So there you go.
That makes sense. That really makes sense. Thank you for giving us that origin. Yes, you don't have to. You don't have to go there because I was like, what is, how does that? And how does time and Tim? But I kind of figured it was like more of your profession, like kind of alignment with that,
Yep.
It kind of fits. It does make sense, it fits in that aspect. But I want to get more into your history, as far as your upbringing, single parent household, 2-parent household. Where were you born and raised here or someplace else?
So I am from Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm a Midwest baby. So grew up both my parents, and really they worked, and then I was like an art kid. So I grew up in choirs and art class. I did theater, I did band, I played instruments. So my upbringing, like we played sports too, but really my parents were like taking me to music class, like we were going to art shows. So naturally, like when I moved here, it all just kind of fell together. So
that's wonderful. I'm so glad that you grew up around that, all that creativity, because that's always stripped from us, growing up, especially in the school system. That's the first thing that goes out is the arts. And that is so unfortunate because I don't think they understand the impact and how stimulating, the arts can be, whether it's music or whether it's photography, whether it's pictures, whether it's movies, there is so much to creative arts that needs to be inclusive. It needs to be brought back. So I'm so glad that you was exposed to that. But going back a little further, were you the only child? You have siblings?
So I am kind of like in the middle.
Okay.
I have like an older brother and I have a little sister, so I'm the middle child.
You're the middle child.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you a Jan Brady.
Yeah, everybody's like, it makes sense. The middle child's the artist. So, yeah.
Yeah. So how was that like for you? Like, did you feel isolated? Because I know a lot of people have this middle child thing. So did you feel isolated? Did you feel loved? I mean, now I'm sorry, scratch that. Did you did you feel inclusive in certain things? Did you feel out of the loop? Did you feel like you were favored less? Like how was that experience for you? Because only you can really tell what your experience is, you know? So I just want to get that from you.
So I would say my parents they just worked a lot. So basically it was like my mom was home, then my dad was working, and then vice versa. But I will say my parents made sure that like we were very just active in a lot of different stuff. So through that we had like my siblings and I we have like a pretty close bond. I would say,
Okay.
being siblings, you get picked on, you get teased, but me and my brother are like this, and me and my sister are like this. So,
Oh, that's a
and
blessing.
they know like I was being a little kid, I was picking up notes of like my brother was into this and into this and into this, and I'm like, oh, okay, so it's cool to wear your hat backwards. It's cool. So he was like helping mold me as like a person and an artist and some of my tastes and things that I like of this nature. He's like, oh, we're listening to like Slim Thug. You should listen to Slim Thug. And I'm like,
Awesome.
oh,
Okay.
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 I like this because he likes this. So now I'm like, now I really like this because I like this. But he was definitely helped mold me into like the person that I am today. And then my little sister she kind of had her own path, but she did a lot of art and she played piano and
Mm,
for decades, for well, not decades, but probably for a good bit of her life.
your
So
life. Mhm.
so we were always just pretty active, and just us being active, I feel like allowed us to have like a good level of support for each other.
And that's wonderful. And and especially had that support since you mentioned that your parents worked a lot. And that's the thing. A lot of times it's so hard because even though you know that you need your parents to be present, they still have to pay bills. They still have to
Right,
take care of you. And
right.
that's the only way to do it is to make money to do it. So so did they have a presence at some point, outside of work? Did they have a presence in your lives when it counted? Okay.
Of course, of course, of
Okay.
course. And so, my mother, I would say, is like a super businesswoman. She grew
Got
up,
you.
or she was when I was growing up. She worked like a lot of different like business focused positions. And so my father, I was when I grew up, I found out he had a little bit more of an artistic side than I had even knew. So
Hmm.
it's really like I'm getting like my business smarts from my mother,
Best of
and
both
then like
worlds.
my father is
Hmm.
like my father would be like, "Come on, we're gonna paint your room," and I'm like, "Well, how do you know? You know how to paint? Like you know how to?" And he's like showing me like go this way, and then we're like sitting down, and he's sketching like my father I never knew sketching me on the at the table, and it's like
Wow,
exact,
that's
and
amazing.
I'm a little boy like wow, you can do all of this. So yeah, they always. But what I will say about both of my parents, and I don't even think they notice this about themselves today, but as I'm getting older and I'm stepping more into like film and more than I already have been, but it's like they are movie people. So they're huge, huge, huge movie people. So I never knew like some of the things. Like I grew up watching Terminator, like
Okay,
as
I
a
was about to
little
ask you.
kid.
You go okay.
We are
Yeah.
heavy, 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 heavy in the movie. So that played a huge role. And today I'm doing stuff, and I'm like, well, why do I know all this stuff? And it's because
You
my
observed
parents,
it.
yep,
Yeah.
they always
Yeah.
have movies on, and not just any movies, but they're having on like classics,
Mm.
super super big movies with big topics, big ideas, and
Mm.
I'm 8 years old, watching Terminator 2, and my dad's like, well, the AI is doing this, and I'm like, wow.
True. True.
So it's just it all kind of led up to today,
Wow,
pretty
that's
much.
amazing. Yeah, I love that. That's some good stuff there. So during the time, and I always like to go into elementary and junior high school because that's a pivotal time. So I wanted to, you said that because you've already got introduced to the arts, at home. It started at home. So when you got into elementary and junior high school, what did you get into? Because you said you got into theater, and what were you doing at that time in junior high, elementary? What were you doing at that time?
So I remember like one of my first experiences with art was like in the first grade or kindergarten.
Okay.
And I remember I was in art class, and they were like, the assignment is to draw an animal. And I was like,
Okay.
okay. And so I'm looking at my neighbors, I'm seeing what they're drawing. I decided to draw an elephant. And so the teacher comes by and she's like, this is the nicest elephant I've ever seen. And I was like, me? Like, and she was like, yes, like, we're going to hang this up. And so ever since then, like, she really helped me understand that that was something that I liked and that I enjoyed. I knew I liked it, but until somebody kind of recognizes you and gives you that kind of affirmation, that it's like,
Of course.
so then I was like,
Yes.
oh, okay. So then that led to I'm skipping lunch classes as like a first grade, second grade, and I'm going to art class. I'm drawing just me and my teacher, and she's showing me like different brush strokes and different color blending, and I'm just so little, and I was like, I just knew every Tuesday or Wednesday you have art class. I knew I specifically was looking forward to that more than
Of course.
anything else, more
Of
than
course.
gym and
Of course.
anything else. I was like, I know when art class comes, I'm like, that's for me. And
And so
so started spiraling from there. So I started picking up drawing. I really enjoyed drawing. Spent a lot of times like just drawing. A lot of the artwork we even have around my house today, like I've hand
oh,
drawn.
you've done. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, I want to see. I want to see. Can I see?
It's hanging up somewhere in the closet, but
Oh, in the
I'll
closet.
if I
Oh,
get
they
a
tried to
picture.
hung up.
If I get a
Oh,
picture of it, I'll definitely show you. But
yeah.
yeah, I drawing is really like one of the first artistic like forms of passion that I had. So
Yeah, I can hear it in your voice. I mean, just like you're talking about, I can
I
hear
love
of it.
everything,
Yeah.
everything art, tactical arts. Like it was just a little bit more natural to me than I'm like watching kids raise their hands and answer these questions so quick. That was me in art class. So I was like,
Wow.
so
Yeah, you found your footing. So how were you in other classes, the academia side? How were you there?
So I'm not gonna say I was bad, but I feel like I knew sitting next to some other kids, they were getting stuff a lot faster than I was. And it
Right.
wasn't a problem to me, but it was like I know it's like Johnny, I know Johnny's gonna get it in math. I know when we get in math class, Johnny's gonna have that answer. But when we get to art class, I
Oh,
know
that's where you're gonna
that's my time. That's my time. So I was like, okay, it's fine. Everybody has their thing. So I feel like it was kind of like that. But what it did was it made me start leaning more towards art. And not that I didn't take my grades and my studies that seriously, but I was like, I feel like I just want to do this
that
a
was your
little bit
focus.
more.
Mhm.
Right. So it made it a little difficult, but we made it.
You made it, exactly. Did you
We
play
made
an
it.
instrument? Did you know how to play an instrument?
So
You was into music? Were
yeah,
you into
yeah,
you
yeah,
was into
yeah, yeah.
music?
Well, I was very big into music. So I have a huge musical background. So once I started, I don't want to say drifting away from art, but I got into choir in my 8th grade year, going into my 9th grade year. My choir instructor was somebody that my grandmother was very good friends with.
Okay.
So when I came up in school, she was very serious about making sure I was sound musically. So she kind of took me by like her wing and really put me through like the ringers with music. So yes, like I started playing trumpet, then from trumpet it manifested into guitar. I spent a
Mm.
couple of years playing
Mm.
guitar, did a little bit of piano here and there, played bass drum in band, and then I was a lead vocalist in choir, and so we
Really?
competed. Yep, we
Oh, you
competed.
sing.
I did have a singing career back in the day. I don't do it. I don't do it anymore. I feel like my voice
Really?
isn't there anymore. But we did competition choir. We competed.
Wow.
I won trophies. I won awards, and then so I went to college. I started going to college for music and vocal
Mm.
production. So started going to Cleveland State, and I was like at that point in time, I was taking music like 8 hours a day, just intense vocal training
Wow.
and all these different
That's
German,
amazing.
French,
Wow.
Italian. Yeah, it was crazy. So I kind of got to a point with music, and then I moved to Atlanta, and then really got into film.
Okay. And
Hmm
so do you miss it?
Uh, so my at the time, my ultimate goal with going into film was I wanted to be able to shoot and direct my own music videos.
Okay.
So do I miss it? Here and there, every now and then, yeah. But I feel like today, the way my soul and my spirit connects to film, it's just a little bit more, it's just a little bit more of a solid connection for me in film
Got
than
it.
me and music was. And
Mhm.
really, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is what really threw me with music. When I moved here, I seen how musically driven Atlanta is,
Oh, yes,
and
yes.
it overwhelmed me. I
Oh,
was
mhm.
so very overwhelmed. And then like legends come from here. So I was like coming from Cleveland, I'm like not many people coming from there. Like Detroit has like Motown, like but here I remember one of my first classes here I was taking a piano course and the teacher said, "Raise your hand if you make music." And the whole class raised their hand. And I was like, "Ooh, this is a little overwhelming for me." I was like, "I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know." And then everybody here is so great at singing. Like you hear somebody at the grocery store like, "Oh
Yes.
my God, when is
Mhm,
the
mhm.
album dropping?" So I was like,
Yes.
that's just not me. But I
Mm.
feel that passion in film. So it kind of
It
transcended
shifted,
into a
it
different.
shifted, and that's
Right.
fine, I mean, but I'm glad that you were able to plant, kinda plant that seed, 'cause, anything is rooted, you can shake it, but it doesn't break, so,
Right.
I get that, but the fact that you had that experience, so that musical background, okay, so we are still in, we did the elementary school, junior high school, that's when you had, said that you was, going to talent shows, you had the music thing, and then you started playing some instruments, but that calling that you have for film, that just really was that was the thing for you. So I wanna get into high school. What high school did you go to?
So I went to a very tiny high school in Cleveland called Richmond Heights. I literally graduated with probably about maybe 100 folks.
Wow, that is
Very,
small.
very, very small. But Cleveland is super small. All of the stadiums are like right next door to each other. So very different than some of your bigger cities here. So naturally.
So now when you, got into high school, was that when you were more into is that you were still into music at that time as well,
Yep.
in
Yep. Yep.
school?
Yep. Yep.
Did you, I know you said you was in the choirs, like, did you do gospel fest?
So we didn't do gospel fest. So we did have gospel choir. We were very deep in gospel choir. We would like every Sunday like travel to a different church. We would go and compete. But no, we never did gospel fest. But we did go to we competed in New York. We competed in Disney World, and
Hmm.
we were the bomb.com. We were sweeping folks, like we were winning all
Oh,
types of all look.
alright, alright.
We had a really good instructor who was very 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 passionate about giving kids like another opportunity. So she made sure that if art was something that we wanted to do, that this is what that looked like. So
Got it.
very grateful for her.
And you sung lead. Okay, Imma have to pin that on for later. No, yeah, Imma pin that for later. So, yeah, I'm
It
sorry,
was
Imma have
it
to do
was
it.
it was some years ago, but yes, it did
No,
it
that's
did
alright, we're gonna have
happen.
fun with it. We're gonna have fun with that one, yeah. Wait till later on, we're gonna have fun with that. Yeah, so, now so when you once you got into high school, I know you said that you still were into music, so so were you more in depth into, filming at that time as well in high school?
Mm-mm. So
You was
in high
okay.
school, like I was like just really making. I had me and my best friend, who we had been making music since we were about 13. We were like the kids in the back of the class. Like he's got his laptop and he's like making beats in math class. And like,
Wow.
what do you think about this? And I'm like, oh yeah, like after school we gotta go and record. So that's literally what we were doing, recording, making music, doing shows. I didn't get into film like at all until I moved here, and then like a year after. The closest I got to film at the time was I had an album that we were like working on for like years, like 2 to 3 years. And so once we were ready to debut it, I like wrote and directed like the music video for it. But that is as deep as film had ever gotten for me at that point in time.
And so, okay, so now you in high school, how were your grades then? Did you were you popular? Did you have any other extracurricular activities that you was engaged in at that time? Like what
Um, so I
was
played
your
sports. I was pretty decent at sports. I played sports because I had friends that played sports. My father was like a sports guy. My brother was a sports star in my school, so it was like just naturally I was kind of just playing sports and stuff. So
you
here
so
and
you
there,
okay.
here and there. My grades were okay. Like my grades were good enough for my parents not to question was I doing right. Like
Okay, got you.
they're like he's doing okay, so we gonna like he's doing good enough. So they wasn't pressing me. I'm not
But it
gonna
was
be
impressed. Okay. So
not
you
straight A's. No.
yeah, just to get by, basically, just
Right.
to get by.
Right.
Okay, got you. So so in that time of high school, again, pivotal time, you're trying to balance it, you're trying to figure it out because not only are you trying to navigate through high school, you're working your way towards adulthood, because when you shift from high school, whether if you go straight into college or you decide to go into the workforce or whether or not you decide to, whatever it is you decide to pursue, when you transition, into high school, you're kind of preparing for those next steps, right? So
Right.
my question to you is once you started to balance your art, your academia, and so you transition you carry that into college. What college you go to, by the way? I mean, before I get to the question, what college you go to?
So I started at Cleveland State, but I graduated with my film degree from Georgia State. So here in
Got
Atlanta.
it.
Hmm.
Okay. So transitioning from high school, like what was your mindset at the time? You were a senior, Tim. Your last year in high school, you're a senior, you're oh goodness, oh God, that look. So and you're getting into that space. Like I said, you're transitioning into you're legally an adult, but you're barely there, but you're kind of like in between trying to figure it out. So you go from there and you go into college. And so what was your mindset at the time? Like um were you like how should I phrase this? Were you kind of nervous to the point where you're like, okay, where do I go from here? Like I know I got to go to college. Were you pressured to go into college? Did you have the option to um go join the workforce first? Did you have the option to take a break or try to figure it out in between? Or were you pressured to say no, high school, straight to college? Like what was that? What was your mindset in between senior and high school transitioning into college? What was your mind set at that time? What was your thought process?
So my mindset from going from high school to college was pretty much you got to figure out how to bridge the gap between
Yes,
music and school, like
exactly.
where that's gonna meet for you, which is truly where I kind of found that it didn't really work for me. So um, at the end of the day, I was asking myself, like, what does a career look like with this kind of degree? And it really either led to like a Broadway type of situation, which I
Mm,
wasn't like
mhm,
a theater singer actor. I had acted and I had sang, but that I wasn't a Broadway person at all. Or they were like, you can teach, and that's not really something that I was too interested either. I wanted to make the music,
okay.
and they were like, college at that point in time. Today it's a lot different, and they
It
have like
is.
a lot more options for
Yes.
production. And but that was back in 2013.
Mhm,
It just I just did not have, not at the school I was going to, there weren't any like music production options. So really it just came to a hard look in the mirror one day, and I was like, well, being realistic, I know this is what you like to do. This is where you think you're
mhm.
passionate at, but where is the money coming from this? And
Mm,
I had music on iTunes. I was 15 and I had music on iTunes and Apple and all. I was there. I was there. We were seeing like Spotify. Like I had the accounts. I had music videos. We were doing a little bit of press like at the point in time.
Wow.
But when it came to making the music, me and my best friend were here. And when I moved, I kind of didn't have him as much of a resource anymore. That connection wasn't there.
Mm,
So it
right.
really made a gap for me, which kind of when I moved to Atlanta, with it being such an artistic city, I
Yes.
kind of felt like my art and everything that I had been working towards, like even being like in kindergarten, was kind of just it kind of just scattered and went. And I felt kind of like almost powerless at the point at the
Mm,
time, but I didn't know it was because there was something a little bit better that was coming.
right.
I
Divine
was
order.
right. Yep. Exactly.
Mhm,
Exactly.
mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
hmm
So, when did you move to Atlanta?
So I moved to Atlanta in 2017, I believe, 2016, 2017, around
Did
there.
you graduate from college at that time?
I did
Did you
not. I
oh,
did.
I forgot you said Georgia State. I'm sorry. You said you graduated
I
from
did
Georgia
the
State.
crazy thing. Yep. I
Yeah.
transferred. I
We
transferred at the end.
transfer right. Okay.
Yep.
And so what did you say your degree is in again? What was your
Film,
degree? In
film and
film.
media. Hmm.
Film and media. Okay. Now, with that degree, okay, at the time when you decided to major in film, before we get to that, why did you move to Atlanta? What made you move?
So, my girlfriend and my partner, I had met her when I was 15, and we had been together um, pretty much ever since. So she was deciding to do her grad program in Florida at Miami University, or at
Mhm.
FIU. I'm sorry. So I was like, I don't want to be stuck in Ohio, and she's like, she's chasing her dreams and in Miami. I thought so. She kind of inspired me to kind of be like, well, what else is there for you? And so I remember I was telling my mother I wanted to go to Chicago. I had a lot of friends in Chicago. Chicago is a very art-based city as well. I had been to Chicago a couple of times, and so just one day my mother was like, well, have you ever considered Atlanta? And I was like, I never thought about Atlanta or the South at all. So I was the next 2 weeks, I Googled schools in Atlanta. Georgia State popped up. I applied,
Mm.
and I was gone. That was
Just
it.
like that?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, and so your girlfriend remained in Miami to
So
pursue her
she's
studies.
here now. She graduated, and so we both live here together
You
now.
both lived there together.
hmm
Okay, and what was that distance like for you guys?
Long distance was rough. So
Yeah.
she's pretty much the reason why I got into film.
Wow.
So we were having like a huge disagreement about like what I should do. I came here, and my major was originally like sociology, which is like so just
Yeah,
different
very
from
off.
what.
Yeah, very different.
Right. So she
Yeah.
was like, well, "Why are you doing this? Why don't you do film and media?" And I was like, I never thought about that. And so what happened was my grandfather, he was basically the family photographer, like the family member who kept up with everything. He had a camera attached to the hip. And so when I moved here, he passed.
Mm,
So she's pushing me to get into film. And at the same time, I acquired all of my grandfather's old cameras. And
okay.
so I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, one and one is clearly making two. So the next year I signed up for film to be a film major. And I remember sitting in my film class and I was like, I actually really, 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 really like this. It was like, you know, when something really connects to you, like, and you're like, you just feel that it resonates on another level. And you're like, okay, this is clearly something that's for me. Like,
Got it.
you play a
Yeah.
song and the song's like, this is
It's
this song, they
hitting.
made
It's
this
hitting.
song for me. Yep. That's so I remember sitting in film class and I was like, this was the point. So
So what was the time, when was the moment, when, how much color do you see, Tim? I'm asking for a reason. How much color do you see? Meaning when you, knew what your purpose was, how much color did you see? When you knew, when you wanted to be behind the lens and you see all of the inspiration, you have the muses that you use. Like, how much color do you see?
I would say I seen it all because at that point in time, it felt like to me like a whole new avenue had opened up, and it was like a level of art that I was seeing, but I hadn't experienced yet. So it as like a seeing, I seen it all. It was very inspiring to me. To see like so many different colors and avenues because there's so many different ways I had to explore and take it. I could have did so many different with so many different paths with it. So everything at that point, it felt like everything opened up. Because then I would even say, when you break down some of the levels of film, there's the music still there, the drawing, the art is all culminating together. So to me, it felt like it was hitting all of my like artistic like check
Yes,
marks
it was right.
all
Yeah,
at once.
everything all at once. It was like everything was just hitting,
Yep.
and because it all comes together, because we talked about that earlier. It all comes together, and
Hmm.
so now it's really starting to make sense to you. So once you graduated from college, and where did you go from there? Did you go straight into your craft, or did you do like any regular jobs?
So yes, I did at the time. Man, this is gonna sound so crazy. I was a boxing instructor for
Really?
yes,
Wow, I didn't
yes,
I didn't see that
yes.
one coming.
Oh my gosh. So crazy story. My father, as artistic as he is, he loves working out. Like my father, my brother, my uncle, they are like gym dudes. They live, eat, breathe gym stuff. Like when I call my dad today, he's like, I like I'm trying to do this with the treadmill. I'm like, okay, all
Mhm.
right, sure. So he got me a job as a boxing instructor in Ohio, and so I was able to transfer my instructor like stuff over to Atlanta.
Credentials. Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
So it all kind of worked out. The people that I was working for, it was like a commercial boxing gym where you're like teaching like structure, form, like move
Right.
laws, stuff like that. And so they were generous enough to help me like find that same franchise here. And so they kind of helped me keep a good money flow while I was trying to
Yes.
figure out art stuff. So yeah, I spent a lot of time as like a boxing instructor, and then right before I went full time, like videographer and cinematographer, I worked at a battery company, like for
Hmm.
which was
Interesting. Interesting.
so I've
Mhm.
been around a little bit, yeah.
'Cause yeah, because you have to pay bills. I mean, you still have, like I said, you still need benefits. I mean, because the thing about being working for yourself and in a creative sense, there's still, health benefits. You still got to get dental
Yep,
stuff. You still have to have a steady income. It has to be steady. Because
yep.
one thing about arts, even though, like, when you go into the arts, it's very rewarding, it's very fulfilling. It is a beautiful thing, and you can enjoy it, but at the same time, it's
You need
very,
that cash flow.
yeah, it's very,
Hmm.
yeah. So you have to
Yeah.
make sure that you have, some other stream of income in between time,
Hmm.
and
Absolutely. That's key. That's key.
yeah. So now let me ask you. So from the time you started doing the boxing instruction, and then you said you worked for the battery company, and then so were you doing the filming part time? Like, how did you transition into doing it to the point where you were able to make enough money off of it, and and
Man.
and thrive from there?
So,
What was your
really
first
what
job?
happened was,
Yeah, and while when you answer that question, I want to know what your first film job was, your first gig was.
okay, sure. So, so, it really came from me. I was trying to like get to a point where I can make my own music and shoot my own music videos. That was like the big point. So I remember at one point in time, I had just got frustrated with like doing stuff on the phone. And so I just went and I bought a camera. I remember I went to Best Buy and I had no idea what I was looking at. And like
Mm.
some guy behind the counter was like, try this one. And I was like, okay, like it shoots,
No,
sure.
right.
I guess that's what it's supposed to do. So it was like a little tiny camera, had a little tiny lens on it, and it was like experimenting from there, just like seeing what I liked in front of the camera, like seeing like how like stuff worked, stuff looked, like really at its like most like infantile state, like just
Mm.
truly like you turn this button, is gonna do this, like this is gonna do this, like so really just kind of getting my hands dirty. But then like at the same time going to film school, we were using like TV cameras, we're like learning how to pitch, learning how to direct, like I'm learning like about like camera settings. So it's funny because at the time I wasn't really connecting the two. I knew like I got this camera that was for music and I was trying to graduate college, but for whatever reason, I wasn't blending the two together. Like you can make it. I was like, I just know this got a goal and this got a goal. That's it. So I was working at the boxing gym, and they were like doing social media. Social media was like really starting to take a
Yes, it was on the pop. Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm. And so I was like, hey, I was like, would y'all ever let me just, not even for money, I just wanted people just to see the pictures. I was like, would you ever let me just set up some product photos and just, and we can post them? And they were like, sure, like, see. And so I was like, okay, I kind of like doing this, like, and liking. And so really, I hadn't even gotten into film yet. I was really just taking photos. Like video to me was like a whole other frontier.
Got it.
That was
That's why I didn't
terrifying.
understand. Like, you know, when you before we did this interview, you were saying I'm just a cinematographer, and I'm like, don't sell yourself short. You are a photographer. You are a videographer.
So
You all these things.
but I
You
had
are-
to scale it back. I had to scale it back
But you
because
still, but don't take that away from you because you are that. You know, you embody that. You know, and if
true. You're
they
right.
look at your work, you embody that. So that's why I didn't. I mean, I followed your lead and I changed the flyer, but I just didn't like the fact that you sell yourself short. And you know, I don't want you to do that again. But go ahead.
No, you're right. You're right. I definitely
Hmm.
agree. I definitely agree. I
Hmm.
definitely agree. But
Hmm.
so they were letting me post the photos. So I was
Hmm.
like, wow, it was crazy to me that somebody was letting me post stuff on their accounts,
Yeah.
like in
Yes.
on their major accounts. I was like, my mind was blown. So I had a lady that I was personal training, and she was doing like, I believe, dental work. She was like a dentist, somewhere out in Alpharetta. She was like, I know you do camera stuff. She was like, I got this really important seminar coming up. She
Mm.
was like, would you mind doing like some headshots? Just some headshots. The easiest thing, like today, I'm like,
Mhm, mhm.
simple math, sure, sure. So I was so nervous and so just like I couldn't wrap my mind around somebody giving me money to take a photo of them. It was so crazy to me. So we like go over her house. She's got like this huge house. She's like, we got like a studio space that we can use in my house. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, so I had
Mm.
like bought a backdrop. Like I had like
Oh, so you had everything.
she had
Oh,
everything.
she had it. Okay.
So just to go and show you, because this really was a defining character moment for me. So I went and I remember taking her photos, and I remember I was struggling so bad because I had never done like headshots or anything like professional before at all. It was really like my friends and like some boxing pictures here and there,
Right. It
like
was
nothing like that.
it
So
was a thing to do. Huh? Mhm.
way out of my league, way out of my league. But I was like, hey, you never know. Like maybe it'll turn out well. So it did not turn out well. It was it went so bad. It went
Oh.
so bad. I remember like we only took like 2 or 3 photos, and the photos were just so bad. And like I didn't know what I was doing,
Trial and
like
error.
with the
Mhm. That was, yeah. I mean, we all had you. You had to have that. Tim. I mean, you had to. I mean, you didn't just become this, you know, well-renowned, you know, artist, cinematographer right off the bat. I mean, you didn't
Woo!
have the skill right away.
Boy, oh
It was
boy, oh
baby
boy.
steps. You know, you worked your way up. I mean, this is baby steps we're talking about here.
So
So here
look,
you go, talking
I
about your
sent
humble
her them
beginnings.
photos and she never responded. Like she like stopped being my personal training client.
Oh no!
I
Oh
was
my God! It was
like
that bad.
just
Oh my goodness.
It's almost like she disappeared off the earth. I have
Oh.
not spoken to her since. And I
Ooh.
was like, it's crazy because today I was like, I could do so much better. But that was like, that probably
The
would have
beginning
been
stages.
in like,
Yeah.
yeah, back in like 2017 at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
So yep. So that was my very, 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 very first shoot. So ever since then, it's like really if I can give any advice to anybody,
Yes.
really what I learned and something that really helped me was car photography, automotive photography. And
Oh.
so you have like a nice stationary subject. It doesn't move or go anywhere. You can park the car. It's like typically a nice bright color. You can like no one's checking for you. You can kind of take your time. And so I was spending a lot of time shooting cars, and it really helped me understand like composition, editing, and things of that nature. So
Okay. So let me ask you. So because I see a lot of, like your work and like a person like I mean I'm adjusting my light here. Oh, there we go. A person like Derek Blanks. I mean, his work is just awesome.
mhm.
I mean, you have you seen like
Yep, I know about Mr. D
so
Blanks. Yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
So matter of fact, before I get to the my next question, who are some of your inspirations? Who you're a fan of? Who is some of your inspirations?
So I really like horror movies. I'm a huge scary movie person. I don't know why. Well, I so my mother also grew up. We watched horror movies together. That's like one of the things we did to bond. I don't know where my mother got it from, but she loves scary movies. So naturally, I love scary movies. That is one of my favorite things. Some of my inspirations as far as like filmmaking goes, I really,
Mhm.
really, 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 really love, and I stand by Stanley Kubrick. It's like one of my
Mhm.
that is my favorite director. It's funny because me and my girlfriend were just talking about our top five directors, but Stanley
And
Kubrick for
where is she, by
sure.
the way? Is she watching? Is she in the bushes?
She's probably watching somewhere in another
Yeah.
room
Can
somewhere.
you type in the chat for me? I want to see you. Okay, I'm sorry, Tim. Yeah, I just was wondering 'cause I'm like, where
She
is she?
probably lives
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, type in the chat if you're here. What's her name?
Her name is Mercedes.
Mercedes. If you in the building, yeah, type in the chat so I can see you. Yeah. Yeah, but like so you're saying that yeah, Stanley Cooper. Yeah, I'm
Yep,
listening. I was listening.
I
Mhm,
love Stanley Kubrick.
mhm.
Um, I love James Cameron, definitely one of my
Okay, okay.
favorites. Um, and then obviously like Spike Lee, love Spike Lee. I love Jordan Peele. Ryan
Mm,
Coogler's super awesome,
okay.
but
Okay.
I super big. And then like I love Pharrell. I'm a
Ah,
huge Jay Z
okay.
fan. I love Jay Z. So those are some of my top people I kind of look
Yes.
towards.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, so going back to I was saying like okay, so now a person like me who's an amateur, like, not even amateur, I'm below amateur. So like when so I decided to go on my phone and me doing my content now, right? So give me a basic lesson, Tim. Hold on, let me just set it up here. I'm gonna just give me a quick little lesson here because I was talking
Okay.
about Derek. So I was talking about Derek Blanks because he does like when he does his posts and he does all of his work. He also does like tutorials, and sometimes it goes so fast. I'm like, oh, how do you do that?
Oh
And
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, but it's so intriguing at the same time. So look, okay, so all right, so here's my camera. All right,
Okay.
so now I want to edit a photo. Let me take a like. So how do you like when it comes to like doing um videos, like what are some of your suggestions, like because I do like InShot, like sometimes use InShot like if I want to post certain videos and kind of how because I want to learn how to also do different type of montages. Like, how I did this that intro just now. I want to learn
Hmm.
how to like when I do intros of my guests and I want to showcase their work. You know how they do the voiceover and they're like, oh well, he's known for this and this person is known for that. And you have a montage of all their work and all they've done. So how do you do that? How do you like? So I'm gonna go in here and so would I use a regular camera app or InShot? Like what? And should I do the InShot app? Which one should I do?
So my personal preference is
Personal
I
preference.
always go with the native camera.
The
Like
camera,
so
okay. So
I
my
would say
camera, okay.
yes, I would definitely suggest using the camera.
Uh-huh.
Then the next thing I would suggest where people typically go wrong is you got to figure out what you want your camera to focus on.
Okay.
And typically with a phone, your camera, what it focuses on is where it's going to decide where to put the most lighting. And that's the biggest thing. So you want to make sure when you're looking around, you're figuring out where you want the best lighting situation to be. That's
Okay.
gonna be key because basically all cameras,
How
all
did you
cameras.
find how do you find the right type of lighting? Like you talking about natural lighting or just like ring light? I'm like, well, just I guess it just depends on what you're shooting.
Yep, it does, it
Okay.
does, it does. But I
Okay.
will say, the more lighting, in a general sense, because I know this does get a little tricky. The more
Uh-huh.
lighting, the better. The more
Uh-huh.
lighting, the
More
better.
lighting.
So
Okay.
sometimes you can overdo it, which I know we've seen. But once you figure out what you're trying to focus on, figure out lighting what you're trying to focus on. Like a lot of people, they worry about
Mhm.
like the whole situation, but us as cinematographers and filmmakers, we're focused on the subject first,
The
and
subject. Okay.
then you do your background.
Okay. And
Um,
how do I do that? Can you
so
show? Can you tell me?
first, I would tap and focus. Make sure you tap that center button. That center is focused, so it's gonna. There you go. Yep, and you see it kind of adjusting there.
Okay.
And then so the next thing I would do is I would make sure that.
Can you see it?
Yep, yep, yep. Now let me ask you this: what quality and settings do you have on your phone? Are you
Oh.
shooting in the best phone settings too?
Yeah. So and so how would I know that? How would I find that out?
So you might have to go to your camera settings.
Okay. So
Um,
camera settings.
yep,
Okay.
yep. And they all should have like because they'll have like a lower file version. Let me see here. And then you should have like a higher file version of the camera.
So is this the so do I go like so I have to go to my settings or this part here?
It should be in there. Should be in
Okay.
there somewhere.
Okay.
Should
Is
be
it
in there
so
somewhere.
okay.
And and then it'll ask you about resolution and
Resolution.
clarity. Hmm.
Okay.
And then so what that does is that you're telling your camera you want to shoot a high quality file.
High
You want
quality.
to shoot a
Okay.
higher quality file. You
So
want to
that's like
make sure.
that's like the SD, HD, that type of thing.
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, 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 yes,
Okay.
yes. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. And all phones typically have anywhere from like a 24 to 48 megapixel camera. So you should have a pretty clean camera. You should, especially if you have whatever is the latest device these days, you know?
Yeah, this is I think it's a Samsung. So because I don't do iPhones.
Mm.
So yeah, so but yeah, but so I just because I sometimes we just I just wanted to tell me the basics. So I appreciate that by the way.
Hmm. Of course.
Just the basics to just kind of know. Now, how about when it comes to when I was talking about the montages, how to put that together? Like say how if I want to how would I start? Where would I start with that?
So, with a good editor, I would say. So
Okay. So
I
is InShot a good one to use?
so I'm
Like
not
for
necessarily too familiar with InShot.
okay.
So if I'm doing like phone stuff, like stuff for phone content, I use CapCut. CapCut
CapCut.
or
Okay. I think do I have
my
the app?
new bread
Uh,
and butter has been Canva. I really
Oh
enjoy
yeah.
Canva.
Yeah,
Really,
I've been
really.
enjoying Canva.
You
Yeah.
can do a lot on Canva, a whole lot on Canva. I absolutely
Okay.
love
All
Canva.
right. Cool. Cool. So I could do those type of montages, on Canva.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I'm
oh
talking
yeah,
about.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I
Yeah.
so I use Canva for a lot of good video assets that you might have even seen in some of our guys' stuff. So truly, it's just more or less knowing like now when we get to that level, it's like how to manipulate the file. So
Got it, got it.
mhm.
And that's the part right there. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to give, we have to give you some private lessons on those because I really want to step up my content because
Uh-huh.
as I continue to grow on this platform, however it grows, God's willing, I want to be able to, I'm stepping up a notch. So, if I'm able to, kind of get some of those from you, I really appreciate those.
Yeah, of
You
course, of course, of
yeah.
course,
Yes,
of
I
course.
appreciate that quick tutorial. I hope they got something out of it, because I was trying to like angle my camera a certain way. It's hard, but you was so thorough. You was detailed enough, so they got something out of it. I'm sure they did.
Uh-huh. Of
Yeah.
course, of course,
All
of
right.
course.
Yeah. So going back to you. So when did you because I know when like I said, we was talking about humble beginnings. You had to work regular jobs in order to pay the bills until you was able to catapult your career in film.
Hmm.
So when when did it get to the point where you were big enough to like, send invoices and being able to get into the bigger rooms and have bigger clients? Like, when did that
Uh,
start to, when that start to elevate for you?
um, I would say truly, really, to the point where like this is like steady for me. Probably about last year. Really, like,
Last year, really?
so I have
It don't
been
seem like
doing.
it. It seemed like, I mean, based on the stuff that you've done, Tim. I mean, come on, it can last year?
To
No.
keep it steady, it's rough to get it to a point, especially to like where you're comfortable and you're not nervous and worried. Which I mean, as an entrepreneur, like we all still have those times where
Yeah.
you're like, well, we did great Q1, Q2 is a little dry. So what are you gonna do to make quarter three, quarter four like really work? So yeah, I really say like last year, like at the top of last year, I really noticed people kind of just more gravitating towards my work, and my following isn't even really that big just yet, but
Right.
I noticed people kind of trusting me more with their artistic endeavors, and to me that really means a lot, because it's almost like me and you are driving in your car and you're like, okay, here, you take the wheel, I trust you to go and you to drive this vehicle to where it needs to be. So
Got
that
it.
was really 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 big for me. But I had spent like a lot of time doing a lot of stuff, but it was really more so under the pretense of, okay, we want you to do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, as opposed to like 2025, like me and our guy are sitting down and we're like, okay, we can do something like this. Or then we can go here and we can go here, we can go here. And even like Javen's videos, like we can like what like the like you were saying, the colors is like we can go anywhere now, anywhere. So really, to be honest, like in the past 2 years I've really kind of felt that level of
You started to catapult
comfortability.
from there. Got it.
Right,
I do
right, right,
understand
right,
that.
right.
I do understand that because you have a standard and you should never change it. And it
Oh
goes on
boy.
from there. But you name dropping and stuff. So since you want to name drop some people, how did you come across these two here? Since you want to name drop some people, how'd you come across that? This is Javan Jerrod and our guy. That's what we've been talking about them. We've been name dropping them throughout this
Yep.
interview. So how'd you come across these two?
Those are some of my favorite two people. Let me say
Yes.
this. Let me
Yes.
say this. So I have been all over with these two. We have been up
Yes. Mhm.
mountains, as I'm
Yeah.
sure you know. We have done.
Philippines.
Okay. So what I will say and why these two are very special to me is
Mhm.
because these are the two people that really kind of trusted me, even before so I have been working with Javen and our guy probably for maybe like 4 years now,
Yeah, how did that come about?
for a long
When did
time. So
when did that start?
I was shooting a pop-up shop, which I don't
Oh,
really even do like anymore, just for like some friends. And it all happened so fast. I remember they were doing a TV show and they needed extra cameras. And so they had, and it was crazy because they shut the whole pop-up shop down. They
mm,
walked in, they shut it down, and I remember they was looking at all the clothes and I was filming, and Javen came up to me and was like, would you be available to come and shoot, like to be an extra camera on this show? And I was like, me? You want me to come and be? So I
right,
was
why
I
not
was
you?
shocked. I
Yeah,
was
why
like,
not you? Yeah, of course.
I was I was like,
Yeah.
absolutely. So ever since then, I just kind of stuck by them, and they are some of the first people who ever let me like really create a music video, um, content, photos. So some of the first people to really trust me as
Yes.
like an artist, and then even pay and support and send me so many other people too.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
they had me do
Mhm.
their engagement, like just forever, forever, forever grateful for them.
Yes, absolutely. And so yeah, so just to kind of give you some further descriptions of who we talking about here. This is our guy, the one I'm pointing my arrow to. That is the snippet of the video, Levi's. Like I said, make sure you check out the single and the video that was well done by our guest here. He did the video, and it was so well done. It was a mini film, so to speak.
Yes.
And he's also a award-winning makeup artist, celebrity makeup artist, and very, just fashion forward to the T. So
Yeah.
please make sure you give him your attention. The R guy is his Instagram page. I'm gonna have his page in the description box. So I just want to make sure that you knew who he was. And Javan Jerrod, right here, Javan Jerrod. He also did you do his video for on me? You
Yep.
see that? So yes, please check out Javan Jerrod Music on Instagram. Again, his
Yep.
page is going to be in the description box. He's an award-winning celebrity wardrobe stylist. Stylist is an understatement. I think he's just he goes beyond, the spectrum when it comes to style. He slays all the time. And so these two, they are movement individually, but they are force winning together. That's right. I'm quoting Fabulous. I'm quoting Neo. Yes. So I just wanted to kind of give you a description of who they are. And they're going to be on my platform really soon. So check them out. So that those are Tim's big clients there. So
Yep.
we just wanted to kind of give them a shout out.
Yep. So my favorite people. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So but I just wanted to also wanted to get more into what do you have going on in present and future? Like what are some of the things you got going on?
So I'm gonna let you know a little bit. Biggest advice in life. Somebody wants me to answer that one. My biggest advice in life. Okay, I'm gonna answer this question and then I'm gonna answer your question.
Okay.
My biggest advice in life. I would probably say just don't quit. I think
Okay.
truly life is like the long game. I feel like I'm somebody that loves to see stuff grow from the ground up. I'm a huge believer in planting a seed, and I know it's hard for a lot of people, but even with artists playing the long game, you even our guys' video, I'll be honest, we started talking about that video probably sometime last year, and it didn't come to fruition until
it was a lot of work.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that for me is very big and very gratifying for me just to see, the flower that you planted a couple of months ago was a seed. That's huge for me. So my biggest advice in life is just to keep going, like no matter what happens, especially if you're passionate. Because I'll tell you, when that lady never texted me back after I took her hand,
That was a teachable moment. Yeah. That was a teachable moment.
I don't know if this is going to be it for me.
Yeah. Oh, but I'm glad you let that discourage you. I mean, because that's a teachable moment. Experience is the best teacher, So I'm just glad that you was you was forward in that. But thank you for that. That was your advice, right?
Yep, that's my advice. Definitely.
Okay.
Keep going. And so it's a great segue. So now in 2026, what I'm looking to go into is I'm getting ready to do a full business revamp. So I have been so blessed between this year and last year that the level of clients and bookings that I've been getting is just been a little through the roof. So I kind of got to put more systems and kind of rearrange stuff to make it a lot easier for people to just like get their artistic like endeavor to me and we actually make it come to fruition. So now that is real bad now on anybody's end, but the back end for me is just like having to do a lot of some of the uncute part of like client stuff, tax stuff, like governments, like setting up the business and just making sure like your P's and Q's are in line. So with that, with new systems, I am pretty much going to redo like my booking system. I'm gonna have some new options for people as far as content goes. I'm getting my website together, so
good.
More like a back end
do that.
front for me.
Yes, please do that. Absolutely. And so how do you balance it between getting your the gigs and having your regular life and having relationships, family life? How do you balance it all? How do you make time for your what you love to do as far as your passion and your personal life? How do you balance it?
It's not easy. It's
Mhm.
very difficult, especially too when you enjoy doing what you do. So sometimes I get real caught up in like I like editing. I like shooting. I like doing that stuff. So you got to be careful to not burn yourself out. Like
Right.
somebody told me, like LeBron loves playing basketball, but he can't do it 24/7.
You
He
cannot.
can't
Mm-mm.
cannot.
You,
So
you shouldn't.
you got to learn how to like take a step back, which I will say uh, over the past couple of this year for me has been big because I've been learning how to be like, okay, like you don't just like to edit. Like I also like to go to the gym. I like to run. I've been playing a little bit of video games. I've been getting into video games now. Kind of like stepping away and going more movies, going to see more movies, and just because I'm a
Good.
film nerd.
Yeah, you're a film. Yeah, you're a
Love
film person.
movies.
Yeah, yeah.
So just kind of stepping away from it a little bit, and what I've been thinking of it as is more like a palate cleanse. So
Oh,
you can
wow.
kind of
Okay, I like that.
come back with fresh
Yes.
eyes.
Yes.
You know,
Rejuvenation. I like that.
yeah,
I love it. Yeah, I
exactly.
love that. Okay, well, good. I
Mhm.
love that. Yeah, I love that for you. Yeah, I love that for you. So, I'm trying to find the applause. There we go. Yeah. So, yeah, I want to have a little bit of fun with you, Tim. I told you I was gonna I
Uh-oh.
that voice. I was like, I wanted you to sing for me a little bit, just a little bit, but it's all for fun. It's not American Idol. It's for fun. I want
Woo!
to play with you. I want to play a little game with you, and so what I'm going to do is this is a segment I like to call "Sing It How You Read It." All right.
Yeah. Yo, Addison, singing challenge.
Walked
So
right into this one.
yeah. So I'm going to write something. It could be anything random, and then you're going to have to come up with a song on the spot real quick. All right.
Okay. Okay.
So are you ready for that?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's see what you got.
Oh God, if I can get okay, there we go.
Bro. Woo!
Go ahead now. Come on.
Look, I'm gonna give you these first three words. I don't know about a song.
Okay. No, not no 3 words.
I'm gonna say collard greens, cornbread, Thanksgiving's coming,
Okay. Good start.
and we gonna be fed. That's all I got for you. Look, that's
No,
all
but
I got.
no, but you ain't touched the subject. You ain't get
Let
to
me
the
see.
subject.
Show me the subject
It
again.
was collard green juice on cornbread. How you?
I don't know. That's all I got for you. Look.
But just you have to like sing something with that reference in it.
Thanksgiving's coming with collard greens and corn juice bread.
Corn juice bread. What the heck is corn juice bread?
I thought that's what the thing said.
It's collard green. You know how when you have a plate of food, you have things. Sometimes you got collard green juice spilling into the cornbread.
Come on now, you grilling me? I look.
What the heck?
That's what I thought that you had on that board.
No,
Look.
collard green juice on cornbread. I mean, come on now. You know about that.
I do.
Okay, let's go. Now, try this again. I'm gonna give you a moment.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna keep coming back to these
Yeah.
same words.
You sound
Look,
good. You sound good, Tim. I'm like, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
You gassing me, Faith. So just so you know, I don't sing for nobody. I haven't sang for people in a literal decade.
Oh, that's nice. That's
so
nice.
I gotta clear my name just in case somebody won't check me. It's been a literal decade. But I don't know. Thanksgiving's coming. I hope my collard greens don't spill on my cornbread. That's all I got.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right. We're gonna work with that. All right.
We're gonna work with that.
Here's the next one. Let me see how you do with this one. Okay. See what you know about that one.
Okay. Do I gotta use these words or
Yes. You gotta use the reference. Yeah. Why you think I got the topic up? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you're thirsty, but don't leave me no swallow.
Okay.
Thirsty, but don't leave me swallow. So, okay. What you got next?
Okay, I got it here.
Oh, pants sagging.
That's the last one.
Okay. Man, you got me on the spot.
You have to get ready. So just you have to stay ready. So you have to get ready.
Okay.
You can do it, Tim. You can do it.
I'm trying to think of a little melody here. So, your pants sagging, and you ain't dragging no faith today. I don't know. You got that's all I got for you.
All right. Okay. One last thing. All right. Then it's
what you got? Like, share, comment, and subscribe. There you go. For sure. Definitely like, share, comment, subscribe. Definitely got to.
yeah. Thank you, Tim. Now you was a good sport on it. You was a good sport. Thank you, Tim. But yeah. So now I want to ask these two final questions before we wrap up here. And I always enjoy the answers that I get. This is my routine that I ask at the end of each interview. So if you had the opportunity to have 5 people at the seat of your table, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
So personally, I got my 3 angels that I feel like guide me, especially through my
I
art.
need the why for each one. Each person that you mentioned,
Okay.
I need the why after each one.
So the first 2 is my grandparents. My grandfather that passed. I feel like he definitely guides me with wisdom, knowledge, and his passion kind of runs through me to pick up a camera and make something of myself with that vessel. My grandmother as well, she supported him in doing that, and she always just backed my art and supported my art and made me realize that is actually important. And then lastly, my girlfriend's grandfather, who passed as well.
Oh, really?
He is also a photographer as well. So I feel like he also helps guide me in a place, in a direction, and just helps me navigate just such a wild career and a wild artistic endeavor and journey. So those 3 people for sure. I would like to think I would have Stanley Kubrick there too. And then as the number 5, probably Spike. I would like to have Spike Lee at my table and just sit and talk to Spike Lee. Either him or Jay-Z. I know they both a little controversial at the moment, but just to talk and just to understand like the path and things that they've been through, and
this is your table.
From black man to black man, that would definitely be super big for me too. So definitely those people.
Okay, cool beans. So now if who would get the big piece of chicken and why?
Wow, that's crazy. This is a great question. That is a great question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give the big piece of chicken to my grandfather. So the reason being is he was a very stern man. He came from he worked like in the service. He went through the post office. He was big in the church. So he was a man of
stand-up man.
Yes. Like he would come in when we came home. It was make sure your bed was made. You bounced a quarter off the bed. Is those type of seriousness.
Wow.
Knowing that growing up, when he kind of started to dive more into my artistry as a little kid, that really meant something to me because I knew how serious of a person he was. So I would definitely have to give my grandfather the big piece of chicken because even just going back to being a kid and when I started taking those art classes and sitting with my art teacher, I'll never forget the day he bought me my first art set. So it's just like he had a different understanding for me in art than I think I even had for myself at the time. So I definitely owe it to him for kind of just putting that battery in my back and helping me get
yes,
and helping me kind of
yes,
source these powers that I have. Like
yes. Because God, brings people in your life for a purpose, and He was that guardian angel that you needed in order to fulfill whatever it is that you're doing now, and which is an anointing. It's
Yep.
a gift and an
Yep.
anointing. So shout out to Grandpa
Yep.
on that. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
and I appreciate what putting that to perspective and really
Of course.
pointing and owning in and paying homage to him like the way you did. So that's gotta
Of
respect
course.
that as well.
Of course.
Okay. So this is a question that like I said, I love to get the response to this. So um this is a question that I take from the late James Lipton from Inside the Actor Studio. So Tim,
Hmm.
when you enter into the pearly gates, what would you want God to say?
Oh, I got a great answer. I want him to say, I love your work. Yes,
Mm,
yes, yes. That
mm.
would be so great. And he's like, you remember you did this one? That was the one I liked a lot. So
I love
if
it. I
God
love
can
it.
tell me which one of my works he enjoys like we do him, I think that would be pretty awesome.
Oh, I love it. I love that.
Super, super, super
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, Tim. Thank you for that. Yes. Those answers. Yes, I appreciate that so much. And I appreciate you. I appreciate what you brought into this, into your craft. I appreciate what you was able to share with everyone. Please make sure that you are following Tim on this platform. Please make sure that if you need any services, photo shoot, um, videography, cinematography, any type of work that you need to be done, please make sure you hit up Tim. You're gonna see his work on his page. You need to put more work on your page, by the way. You need to market yourself. You need to market yourself a little bit more, Tim. You got to
It's
market
coming. It's
more,
coming. It's
put
coming. It's
yourself out
coming.
there. But please make sure that you get in contact with him. Um, and I just want you to know that I do appreciate you taking the time to be here. And also, I've been hearing girlfriend a lot. When I'm gonna hear wife from you. Let me just put that, let me just ask that real quick.
Coming
I
soon. Coming
just thought
soon.
about that.
Coming soon.
I just
It's
thought about that. It just came to me. I'm like, I'm hearing girlfriend a lot. I've been hearing
coming
girlfriend.
soon. Coming soon. Coming soon. Coming soon. It's coming. It's coming. It's
Okay,
coming.
okay.
It's
No
coming.
pressure, no pressure. But I'm just wondering. I'm being messy and I'm wondering at the same time.
It's
You know.
coming.
Yeah, because if it's something that's warranted and she deserves that, she's
She
deserving of that.
does.
And
She does. She
yeah,
definitely does. She definitely
yeah.
does. I owe a lot of my success to her. I know um, we look at a lot of people in success as like single entities, but I tell her all the time that it's like I definitely wouldn't have been here without her.
Oh,
And so much support and so much love and her just pushing me and keeping me going because Lord knows it's been some times where I'm like, look,
mm.
this might be the last video shoot, period.
Yeah, you
Okay,
have
but
those moments, of course,
she's like,
of
nah,
course.
you gotta keep going. And so even today, so if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't even be here on this beautiful platform, be able to tell you about it. So
Oh wow, really?
absolutely,
Wow, that's amazing. Well, thank you,
absolutely,
Mercedes. Thank you so much. And so, is she your first and only?
yeah,
You said?
pretty much.
Really?
Hmm.
And so let me ask you, and no, and please don't take offense because I'm wondering, like when you had the childhood sweetheart, did you ever feel like you was missing out? You wanted to explore other options? Did you feel like you wanted to, but or that was just that's someone that you really knew from the start that
So
it was going to be the long haul.
I grew up with my girlfriend. So really, like, she's like my best friend. I know people say that, but
Hmm. Hmm.
uh like I don't know, like, so
Right, right, you can't
I
do any
know
better.
a lot of people. I don't know too many other people, like, so like she's just been like such a rock for me, and just like really making sure um I am where I need to be and keeping me focused, and even places like where I'm falling short, she just makes sure that we can keep moving. So she's definitely the driving force. Like I said, I don't
Oh,
know. I would
yeah. Okay.
we would be in a whole different realm if it wasn't for her. So
No, I'm just curious, I don't know, like I said, I don't mean to offend or anything,
no,
I
you're
just
fine, you're
wanted
fine,
to,
you're fine.
know, because sometimes, when you have people that, been in relationships, like I said, since college or since high school, they have like their first and only one. Sometimes I wonder if they felt like they was missing out, they wanted to date other people and
Well, when you
see
have
what else is
somebody
out
that
there.
is that is
That's
pouring
solid.
so much
Mm,
in. Like, it kind of gets to a point where it's like, well, how could I even think about anything
right.
or anybody else? Because to me, really, and I hate to be cliche, because I know people say this a lot, but like growing up, a lot of people, like girls and stuff, that was them. I really like
You were
art,
set, right. You were
and
settled.
then when she came, she loves art too. We was like, okay, cool, that's it. Like I
Mhm.
like it's like it's such a she's always been such a big part of my life that it's like if she were to be gone, if she were to leave, I it would just be so
Yeah,
much of me
yeah,
that's
oh
gone.
yeah,
So
it would hit hard. Yeah, absolutely. It would
mhm.
hit hard. And it's like you're not missing anything. If you have someone that's solid, you have something, if you have, stick to it. If it works for both of you, stick to it. Why not?
And
You
I'm
know?
a man
Yeah.
of chances, but that is not a chance I'm willing to
Yeah,
take.
then don't.
So
They don't take that. Yeah. Don't
nah.
take those chances. It's not worth it at the end of the day. It's really not.
It's really not. It's
Yeah.
really not. And I'll be honest, knowing that she's by my side, it helps me kind of reach another level of just my creativity. It kind of reinforces like the comfortability, like the love, like the passion. It's the driving force. So
Absolutely. Okay. But so I wanted to just, commend you, for all that you do. And I'm so proud of you just based off of the background that you gave me, the how you were able to own in on the whole creative experience. And it's just, it just kind of just, went up from there with you. So I really am proud of where you are right now. And
you.
wanted to know, you're welcome. I want to know, do you have any final words for us, Tim?
Um um just if anything, just keep with it. That's the biggest that piece
That's
of
the biggest thing.
advice. Just
Hmm.
so many times, even like just with like things that happen in life is kind of designed to make you feel like you should quit. But when you do get to making things come to fruition and seeing like stuff on paper come to life, it's just such a gratifying experience that I just the next time you feel like you need to quit for anybody, just challenge yourself to go maybe a minute longer, maybe
Mm,
a little bit further, take it a little bit more. Because truly,
yes.
some of the best and greatest experiences I've had, even in my career, like have come from me just waiting maybe 1 minute longer, staying a little bit longer, putting in a little bit more effort. So, like, really, if you go in the extra mile, that extra mile is going to take you
Just
somewhere,
don't
but
take you. Yes.
that
Yes.
extra foot is what's going to get you through the door. So that's
Mm, I
just
love
keep
that.
keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. Thank you. That was good stuff right there. I appreciate that.
Or
But
thank you for
yeah,
having me. Goodness, goodness,
absolutely. Yeah.
goodness. Look, Faith, I know. Look, we've been working together for a while now, so
Yes.
this is very full circle. Very full
Right.
circle.
I
I'm
know,
so
right?
happy for you. Goodness,
Thank you so much. I
goodness,
mean, I
goodness,
don't know how far this is
goodness.
going to go because this is way outside my comfort zone, Tim. I'm usually behind you. I'm behind the scenes. I'm usually more behind. So for me to be up in the front is kind of, yeah, it's
Keep
nerve wracking for me.
going. Keep
Thank
keep
you. Keep
going.
going.
Keep
Yeah.
going. You never look. You get you a couch, okay? Get you a yellow couch, a red couch, okay? Look,
A yellow
and you
couch.
you got the whole team. You got the whole team already. We
That's
we
true.
ready. We ready.
That's
So
true.
congratulations on
Thank
this.
you.
This is
Thank
huge.
you.
This is
Thank you so
huge. This is
much.
huge.
That
Of
means so much.
course. Of course.
Yeah, thank you so much. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Tim, spelled time, but it's pronounced Tim, y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Of
you
course.
so
Of
much.
course. Of course.
All righty. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yes. So that was Tim, y'all. Spelled time, but pronounced Tim. I'm getting a kick out of that one. Sorry. So yes, so I just hope that you've gotten so much insight from what Tim shared with us this evening. 82, how you doing? Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. And so very talented, very artistic. And I didn't even know that his creativity had, expanded so much. I mean, I've worked with him in the capacity of filmmaking and photography, but I didn't know about the music and and the instruments and the other, creative background that he has. So I was really impressed by that as well. And shout out to Tim's parents and all the other family members who are supportive of his dream, because when you have the support system like that, that's pushing you and encouraging you, and not trying to deter you because they feel like, oh, whether it's music or whether it's filmmaking, and they feel like that's not a real job, and you're not gonna get anywhere. It's too competitive. You're not gonna get that far in that business. And but you have people around you that are pillars, and they are surrounding you with encouragement. They're pouring into you and surround you with love and encouragement. That is a blessing there. So that, Tim is a product of that. He's a result of a huge support system. And like you said, he's a prime example of living your dream out loud and moving forward. And despite being discouraged from time to time, just don't give up and putting your best foot forward every time. And you always get positive results after. And always make sure you put God first, as well. So I thank Tim so much for coming to my platform, and I thank everyone who came in, who stopped by, who typed in the chat. Shout out to Love TV Network. Thank you so much for being in the building. Please make sure you catch the replay as well. Make sure you check out Tim's page. Like I said before, it's underscore. I think it's time. I think it's time, and also pronounced Tim. But yeah, so anyway, please make sure you if you want to book him for any type of photo ops, photo shoots, cinematography, that type of lane, please make sure you book him. Shout out to Javan and Argyle, who was referenced in this video as well. I'm going to have their information in the description box. And so the next time, so let's see, today is Tuesday. So my next interview is going to be with the Miss Stevie. The fashion doll, the icon when it comes to, and she really inspires me a lot too when it comes to how I um my approach towards interviewing. I don't think she knows this, but she's been one of my inspirations as well, when it comes to interviewing. And she has such a great platform. If you go to Miss Stevie Instagram, Miss Stevie Daytime, and just look at all of what she's done and who she's been interviewed with so far. She's had um so many people on her platform. So it is just an honor and a privilege to have her on. So I'm gonna switch the tables on her, because she's always interviewing with so many other people. So I'm switching the tables on her. So I'm putting the spotlight on her. Miss Stevie's gonna be in the hot seat this coming Friday, November 28th, 4 p.m. So make sure you look out for that. Make sure you're in the building. And so that's about it. In the meantime, until I click my button again, have a good